Sensing a theme here, I feel like my books could really just be like Slytherin recommendations. Dark brooding characters who really just want you to do what they want you to do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you happen to be new here, my name is Jess. I just have to say hello. I have hit 400 subscribers and I'm like freaking out. Like, I don't know where anyone is coming from. I've said this before. I honestly didn't think anybody was gonna find my side of YouTube, so I'm really thankful that you guys are all here. And I eventually want to do a Q&A, so if you have any questions, leave them down below. If you want to see a specific video from me to celebrate 400 subscribers, just let me know. Just leave it in the comments. I'm always here. But today I wanted to do a different type of video. I wanted to talk about my favorite characters in books. Like, not like necessarily types of favorite characters, but just specific favorite characters in books, why I loved them, themes around characters, because obviously a lot of my characters are probably going to have a lot of things in common. But I'm really excited to film this because I've been having such trouble recently with character development. I've actually been talking to Em, who is Coffee Chatter here on YouTube, about how I've been feeling about character development. I feel like, I don't know if it's because I read YA, but I have this problem in adult books too. I feel like character development is really lacking, so I wanted to see what characters I really love, maybe have this to look back on later, but I hope you guys enjoy this video anyway, and let's go ahead and just get started. So he's not even in this book, but I did just grab the first one. First character I want to talk about is Alucard from Shades of Magic. I fucking love Alucard. First up, this book is wonderful if you haven't read it, but I love Alucard because he's like sassy and funny and witty, and like he is such a debater. Like, if you ever met somebody who can really debate something, but not in an argumentative way, in a I know that I have the facts right kind of way, I would definitely include him in that. I fucking love Alucard. I don't know why, but I just cannot get enough of him. And another one of my favorite characters is actually from the same book. I guess V.E. Schwab is just really great. I love Holland as well. Holland is definitely one of those dark and brooding characters that you read about. And for me, I don't know why, I don't know if I relate to them, because that is, I mean, I know you guys see me on YouTube and you see me being like bubbly, but I'm also like sarcastic and very dark, very like, I don't know, people constantly think I have resting bitch face. They constantly think I'm mean. I'm just that type of person. I'm not a mean person, but I definitely give off that vibe. I fucking loved Holland. I think these books, if you have not finished them, the character development for Holland in this book absolutely broke my heart, and I think that's part of the reason why I loved him so much. But without giving too much away, I would definitely include Holland as well. Now, this is a more recent thing for me, but I had to include this character because I just genuinely love him, even though, like I said, it's more recent. But it would be Kvothe from The Name of the Wind. Especially young Kvothe, when he first gets to the Arcanum, when he's first learning how to use magic and things like that. I fucking love him as a character. He is so incredibly intelligent and also quick-witted. He's very good at, I don't want to say like, have you ever met somebody who's like a good arguer? Like I said about Alucard, like he's just a really good arguer. He knows his facts, he knows how to get them across. I really love his character. I'm excited to see kind of character development wise where this goes with him. But so far, young Kvothe, like 15 years old, I fucking love him. Now, this next character I'm going to speak about, I love pretty much because he's just a genuine shithead. It is Mr. Wednesday from American Gods. When I read this book, Mr. Wednesday is your stereotypical guy in it for himself character. He really just wants Shadow, the main character of this book, to do what he wants him to do for the benefit of himself. Now, there's a lot more going on in the story than I'll get into, but speaking about Shadow and talking about Shadow pretty much throughout 3/4 of the book, not really the end of the book, I fucking loved him. He was really just like, this is how it is, you're gonna do it, I'm gonna manipulate you into doing it. Sorry, bud, it's just gonna happen. So this is definitely one of my top 10 favorite characters of all time. I fucking love Mr. Wednesday. I love the character that's just like, sorry, bud, gotta do it because I told you to. So the next character that I want to talk about is considered a little bit controversial, but I really don't care because I loved this book and I don't care if anybody liked it or not. It would be Sierra from Carve the Mark. I relate to her in so many ways. First off, she's going through a lot of physical and emotional pain, both of which I have, and just who she is realistically, the type of character that she is, I really like that, because somebody who does go through a lot of physical and emotional pain, they're not going to be the best person, and that I think is what Veronica Roth was really great about getting across for Sierra. I think that she was totally fucking relatable. Like, I can tell you from, I am her. Like, I have the physical and mental pain. I struggle with the things that she struggles with emotionally as well, and I don't know, I just really fucking loved her. I thought that she was a stunning character in a book. She's probably my favorite book in a character ever, and I know that's a lofty statement to make, but honestly, I just couldn't get enough. Like, she is literally the most relatable character I've ever read. If you have not read this book, I would pick it up. I know there's controversy, but if you guys I just Google Carve the Mark on, well, not Google, but search Carve the Mark on YouTube. But there's another YouTuber who does a whole video on this and kind of debunks a lot of the things that people were talking about. And I actually watched that video after I read this book, so I didn't know there was controversy surrounding it, but I would read it anyway because Sierra is totally fucking worthwhile as a character. Now, keeping with trends here, let's go to another slightly controversial character, but a character who's controversial for a couple of different reasons. It would be Chaol Westfall from Tower of Dawn or Throne of Glass if you've read either of them, but I love Chaol, and I get why people don't, and I respect that people don't, but I'm gonna respectfully disagree because I think Chaol has seen a lot, he has done a lot, he has been through a lot of things. I really like him as a character, especially for his development. His development from the first book to this book is worlds, leaps and bounds different, and I even know people who hated him before reading this book who are really big fans of him now. I think Sarah J. Maas did a wonderful job of character development for him. That is why he's one of my favorite characters of all time, because he has grown and changed so much as a character. He will always be my boo. I fucking love him. But when it first starts out, I really liked how he was like this strong, independent kind of character who was struggling internally with whether or not the things that were happening around him were okay, with who he was as a person, if he was okay with the things that he was condoning, if he was actually okay with the things that he is being required to do, because obviously he is captain of the guard for the king, and the king did a lot of really fucked up things in these books. So I really love him as a character because he's one of those people, when presented with facts, presented with information, even presented with how he's feeling about a person in this book, he starts to change and he starts to grow, and I think that's really invaluable to a character in a book, and I think Sarah did an amazing job with Chaol. Now, I'm not going to take these books down because you've seen them a million times on my channel and they're kind of buried behind a bunch of like Funkos and shit, but I'm going to say Roland Deschain from the Dark Tower series is one of my most favorite characters of all time. He is one of those characters, when you first meet him, he's very closed off, he doesn't want anything to do with anybody, he's really not all for himself, but he doesn't want to form attachments to anybody, and then obviously later on in the series he does grow. Now, Roland isn't my favorite character for a very different reason. He is simply a badass. Like, so I saw the movie recently and I didn't much enjoy the movie, but I liked Roland. First off, Idris Elba was the perfect person to cast for him, but I really just love that he is a badass. He is great with a gun, he's a fighter, he's just no holds barred, like, I'm gonna get shit done, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I fucking love that. He's the first character I've ever read like that, so I really fucking appreciate him. So now getting back into trends here, let's talk about sassy characters, because I do love me some fucking sass. And it would be Malcolm from Jurassic Park. I fucking love Malcolm. Malcolm is, once again, one of those people that you can have like a debate with, but he's smart in like a different way. He's incredibly smart. Like, he is a teacher, well, I think he's a professor in the books actually, but he's just smart. He's like a mathematician, he is really good with numbers, he's just intelligent. And when I read this book, I'm not a super intelligent person like he is. Obviously, like, I'm intelligent, but I'm not like he is. And for me, I really fucking loved reading about him, because anytime anything ever happened, he was like, well, this is why, this is the cause, this is the effect. And I don't know, I just really fucking loved him because he wasn't just like dry in that way, like, it wasn't just dry intelligent, he's also really fucking funny. So if you ever read Jurassic Park, I would recommend it. If you haven't seen the movies, where the fuck have you been? But and last but certainly not least, I had to mention this person because I have such a huge crush on him for more than one reason. It would be Laszlo Strange from Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I loved Laszlo. Laszlo, when you first met him, he was like more innocent and just had like kind of like rose-colored glasses on, and you know, it was just like your stereotypical character. And when I was reading that, it was really hard to get into him. It was really hard to get into the book as a whole, because obviously he is our main character. Most of the book is told from his perspective. It's like a dual perspective kind of book, but I, later on in the book, about halfway through, fucking fell in love with him. Once he gets to Weep, if you haven't read the book, I won't give too much away, but once he got to Weep and started experiencing the things that he was experiencing, I fell in love with him. The character growth for Laszlo in this is amazing. He, to his core, stays the same. He is a caring person, he's a kind-hearted person, and that's just who he is. But I could not get enough of him. He's very intelligent. He's more like me in the way, though, he's more quizzically intelligent. Like, he wants to know things, he asks questions, he wants to experience things, and that's how he wants to learn, and that's definitely me, and I think that's why I love Laszlo Strange so much. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you kind of got something out of all my favorite characters. I really want to see other people do this because I want to see what types of characters that other people like. Like, do they like the sassy character? Do they like the whiny character? Like, things like that. Like, I just want to know. So if you have not filmed anything like this, please do it because I really want to watch it. But I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!